Welcome to Once Upon a Roll, a D&D podcast where I, Rasputin, play a one-on-one session of 5th edition with a guest in the land of Cortia, a homebrew setting that I've been using for the past 2 years. Each episode takes place at a different time and location across Cortia in order to bring new stories to my world. So if you missed an earlier episode, feel free to go back and check it out, but you won't be lost if you start here. If you'd like to follow updates on the show, follow the Twitter account at @onceupon_a_roll_. Also, consider joining the Discord chat. And if you want to support the show further, consider checking out my Patreon for Once Upon a Roll. We have features like in character sheets and creating an NPC, so consider checking that out. Anyway, without further ado, I would like to welcome on my guest for this episode, the ISIS guy on the internet, creator of Snoman Gaming, Brad Grow. Snow, how are you doing today?
Yo, what's up? Hey, I'm doing good, man.
Good. So the question I always ask my guests is, have you played D&D before?
Yes, recently. In fact, you were the one that got me into it, if I remember correctly.
Oh, shucks.
I mean, conversations about Critical Role and then leading to, like, checking that out. And then, hilariously, I think I played D&D once with a friend and then went straight into DMing myself.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
that's, like, my experience, is I've DM'd, like, 3 times, played, like, twice.
Okay.
Which is really
That's
weird.
definitely interesting. I mean, at this point, I've certainly DM'd way more than I've played. I think you figure out, like, what am I interested in? What do I want to get out of this?
Yeah.
And then you just, follow that path. I remember you were, I don't want to say resistant to D&D.
That's accurate.
Yeah, I mean, I remember having conversations with you and hearing things about, like, people trying to make D&D videos online,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Just talking about the game. And a lot of times it's just a vlog style thing of them talking about their campaign, which I'm sure to people who have played D&D before or people in that campaign are probably really engrossed by those stories and interested in them. But I think, for an outsider looking in, it's just like, this person is just telling a weird story.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to have D&D visuals in a video at all.
Yeah.
So to your credit, you made one recently and you did it. You made one with actual D&D content. It was watchable to the masses.
Thank goodness. So my other question is, have you ever played a one-on-one session before?
I've done one-on-ones, just not in D&D, if you know what I mean.
All right, that's for the X-rated podcast, Once Upon a Roll After Dark.
No, never done a one-on-one session.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to be curious to what you think of it. It's different. Obviously, a lot more responsibility will be put on you.
Yeah. I can't just lay back and let it happen.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll cast Fireball on my turn. No, it's... Yeah, you have to be paying attention. But I'm sure you'll do great.
Well, just to give the audience, like, just 2 more pieces of my background with D&D is the very first time I watched Critical Role, I asked you in a message, how do you win D&D? And you laughed lovingly at me in like a that's cute way.
My sweet summer child.
Exactly. But then also it is worth noting that I haven't played in like a year. So just know that going in.
You'll do great.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
I've only created a super complex political scenario where you have to know the provinces of every single house across my setting. So you'll do fine.
Well, good.
No worries.
I've just been playing Fire Emblem, so sure.
You'll be right at home. In all seriousness, Snow's character, I gave him the character sheet like 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
So
great.
It'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes. It'll definitely be different than any of the other kinds of sessions done so far.
And you made this for me. I did not make this.
Yeah, you gave me, like, I guess this would be his name, and that's about it.
Yes, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, if you're ready, Snow.
I'm ready, man. Let's dive in.
Let's jump into this episode of Once Upon a Roll. The kingdom of Cortia has thrived for over 1,000 years. In that time, it's endured war against powerful enemies, outlasted deadly feuds between its lords, and fought against evil of both this plane and others. However, during the most recent festival of the autumn sun, the sage's ritual revealed a nearly forgotten omen. the sign of Black Sun, a symbol only seen once before, and it almost led to the destruction of Cortia. Panicked, the common folk in the capital city rioted, and when the dust settled, the king was dead, and his 2 children disappeared. The lord of the city of Edgewood, Tom Dunn, restored peace to the capital, and with no heirs of the king anywhere to be seen, he decided to sit the throne and take the position of Lord Regent. But this story takes place, well, you're not sure when it takes place. In fact, it's hard to remember much more than your name right now. Walter. You blink once and you feel the cool touch of stone against your skin. You blink again and feel an aching pain radiating from the back of your head. You blink a third time and you sit up. As you check your surroundings, you see that you're sitting in what seems to be a cave. Although you're pretty certain you've never been here before, there is something that just feels familiar about it. But you suppose most caves look like caves. You stand up and take a little look around. The area you're in is a decently sized space, maybe 40 feet wall to wall. The room is dimly lit by a torch at the mouth of a pathway on the far side of the room. Between you and the torch, you see a gap in the floor about 10 feet long that spreads from one side of the room to the other. And in the center of the room, maybe about 5 feet from you, is a coil of rope. What do you do?
Okay, wow, great. Can I go up and pick up the rope?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Should I inspect the rope? How quality is this rope?
Yeah, roll a intelligence check.
Intelligence. I rolled a 3.
You know, you're not a rope expert by any means. You don't know a whole lot about rope. It seems rope-like. It's if you I imagine you put it out in your arms and kind of stretch to see about how long it is. It goes your arm length once, twice, a few times. Yeah. And you get to a point where you're like, yeah, this is probably 10 or so of my arm's length. So about 50 feet.
It's a rope.
It's rope.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I want to take that with me.
Okay.
So you said this goes into a pathway of sorts.
Yeah, you see a pathway, but between you and that little cave pathway is a gap that seems to be about 10 feet. And it goes from one side of the room to the other, so it's not like you can just walk around it.
What's in the gap? Can I look in? Is this like a bottomless pit?
Yeah, you can look in.
I want to look in.
Make a perception check.
Perception. 8.
Yeah, you look down, just darkness.
Oh boy. What did I get myself into? Let's see. Now, you mentioned a torch as well. Is that across the gap?
Yeah, it's right at the entryway of this other cave.
Okay, but this is 10 feet, so I mean that's quite a leap.
It's a hefty jump.
Okay. Is there anything on the other side of the gap that maybe if I threw the rope in a looping fashion to snag onto, or is it all just flat? What's the ground look like?
Yeah, so you see there are a few boulders on the other side.
Boulders, okay.
3 of them. One is, they're all different sizes, within probably 3 to 5 feet tall and wide.
Okay. I'm going to do something crazy, and since my memory is nothing, I don't remember if I'm good at this or was previously a rancher, but I'm going to tie the rope into a loop and try to totally lasso one of these boulders on the other side.
Okay. To tie the knot, just make a dexterity check.
Oh, good. We're starting there.
Yeah.
I rolled a 4.
A 4. Okay. You tie it, and you're gonna start spinning it. It's there, It's a loop.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna try to throw with all my might and try to catch that loop on a boulder on the other side.
Is there one in particular you're aiming for?
The one closest to me.
Okay. Yeah. Roll another dexterity check.
And just to be clear, so I'm going to try just by eyeballing it, making the loop size as equivalent to that rock size as I can.
Yeah.
Dexterity check. I rolled an 8.
An 8. You spin, throw, misses just to the right.
Okay. So I'm not a patient man. This frustrates me already. So I think about it for a split second, then I think I can clear this. So I get in a running position. I'm gonna try to jump the gap.
Okay. So you just pull the rope back.
Yeah.
Probably tie it around your arm.
Yeah.
Stretch out.
Oh, definitely. Should I check that? Do I feel sore? It feels like, have I been laying here long that my muscles are not ready for this?
Not so much that. All you really feel that's wrong with you is kind of just this dull little throb in the back of your head.
Oh, okay. Can I feel my hand back and see if there's like blood or a bump?
Yeah, you reach your hand back, no bump.
Okay.
And as you pull back, no blood.
So just it hurts. Headache.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, I'm going to attempt, say a quick little prayer and attempt to clear this gap.
All right. Make an athletics check for me.
Okay, I rolled a 6.
You run and jump. You get about 8 feet. You feel like you are below it. Like you have undershot it. You do see like the edge of this thing right above you, like to just maybe grab with your fingertips and hold on. I'll let you make a dex saving throw to see if you can grab on.
Okay. I rolled a 16.
Okay, you have one hand on there. You are just holding with one hand, looking down into the abyss below you.
Wow. And now that I'm hanging here, yeah, this abyss is deep. This is not like it's not like I can touch with my tippy toes down below.
You cannot touch below. You cannot see the bottom.
What am I holding on to? Something in the...
So essentially, this is a hole. You are like on the edge, just like hand on the edge of where the pit starts on the other side.
Okay. So I'm there dangling.
They're dangling.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to finagle, reach my other hand up to try and get some more security on this ledge and maybe pull myself up.
All right, I'll need you to make a strength check.
Strength
as you pull up.
Check. 19.
19, yeah, that'll be enough. You pull up with all your might. The adrenaline is kicking in now.
No kidding.
Yeah, you had kind of tripped a little bit on your jump, but now you're like, oh god, too close. You pull up and pull yourself on to relative safety.
Okay. Wow. So I'm on the other side of the gap now. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is this torch movable? Like, can I take this torch with me?
Yeah, it's like in a sconce on the wall.
Yeah.
But you're able to pull it out if you'd like to.
Yeah, can I take it out and take it with me?
Yeah, 100%.
Wanna grab it, and then so I assume is that the only light source? Is it dark down this hallway?
The hallway seems pretty dark. A little ways down, you feel like you can see a bit of a flicker.
Makes sense.
Of light, but
yeah, I'm gonna take the torch and slowly and cautiously walk down this hallway.
Okay. Yeah. You move forward, looking around, probably still breathing pretty hard as you hold your torch in front of you. And as you move probably like 30 feet or so down this winding little hallway, you step forward into a small room, a circular room. And as you look forward, you notice that the floor seems to be entirely covered with sand. On the other side of the room is a doorway, and a lantern hangs down from the ceiling, shining a dim light in the room. Can I get you to make a perception check?
Yeah. Okay. 19.
19. Yeah. As you're stepping forward, you see like a glint of light in front of you that seems to be like shining because of your torchlight. And you look down and you see a little wire just going from one side of the floor to the other.
Oh, so like above the ground?
Just like, 2 inches above the ground.
Ooh, okay, like a trap. Okay.
Yeah.
And so like horizontal to me, like toward the door. Like if I were to just walk to the door, I would trip it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Just from what I can tell with the sand, I mean, does this look like it's just sand on some ground, or this is like a sand pit? Like, is it gonna sink if I step in it? Can I tell?
I'd say moving forward with a 19 perception check, obviously very good.
Sure.
You would notice a few things after seeing the tripwire. Mm-hmm. You would notice it seems not just like a dusting of sand on the ground. It seems like it is all sand. The room is sand.
Okay.
You don't fully know what will happen if you step on it.
Sure.
But you do see every once in a while like a little part of it sink, and just sink in.
Okay.
Also, as you kind of look and follow the tripwire, you see like where the trigger mechanism would be, and you kind of follow that path, and that leads to right above you, where you see tied like above the door are 4 wooden logs that seemed like tied by a rope just right above the doorway, and you get the sense that tripping the wire would cause those to fall, probably on your head.
Just some logs, okay.
Yeah. The logs are about like 8 feet long, and probably like 2 feet wide. Definitely, something that if they fell on you, it'd be rough news for Walter.
Okay. And right now, am I like, I'm at like the entrance of this room? I'm still like on solid ground? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You feel like you could probably step over the wire and maybe you get like 4 to 5 feet into the room before hitting the sand.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see. So the wire is like before the sand, kind of. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Why don't I do that? I'll carefully step over the wire and get near the sand.
Yeah, you're able to do that easily enough.
Sure.
Walk forward.
Part the like anarchy in me wants to trip it with my torch and just watch the logs fall. But can I just like, this probably won't do anything. Can I just take some of my rope and just kind of like keep just a little bit in my hand, but throw the rest of it on the sand to see if like it starts to sink from the weight of the rope, or if that's not enough to do anything?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. You throw some of the rope out, obviously most of it still in your hand. Kind of sits on the sand, and after a little while, not quickly by any means, it does seem to be falling down into the sand a little bit. The rope itself doesn't seem to be necessarily heavy enough to sink quickly, but you can tell it is going down.
Some slow sand, my arch enemy. And how far is this sand to the door?
Probably 20, 25 feet.
Oh, I can't jump it like the gap. Okay, a good amount of sand here. And the door, is there like anything locking it? Is it just a regular door?
It's really like an open doorway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so just my next obstacle here. All right. I make sure I'm clear and out of the way of immediate fall danger of the logs from the tripwire.
Okay.
And attempt to burn the tripwire with the fire of my torch and brace myself for them falling around me.
Okay. Yeah. You reach the torch out a ways, push yourself against the far, like closer to the further wall.
Right.
Put the torch under. Pretty quickly, you hear it just snap, as it's a very thin wire. The logs fall as the rope above seems to be cut from some mechanism back there, and the 4 logs fall straight like in front of the doorway. Perfect spot that you may have been had you not been cautious enough, obviously.
Good. Okay, and remind me again, you said these are like 8-foot logs?
Yeah.
Pretty beefy. Are they, can I try picking one up?
Yeah, make a strength check.
Yeah. 9.
It's hard. You are able to lift it, but it's kind of like the low kind of lift, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
like hold between your legs, kind of like, yeah.
But like movable, like if I like pushed it or with my foot?
Yeah.
Okay, because I want to try to see if I can't like start pushing it into the sand a little bit from the ground into the sand and see if there's like a breaking point where something starts happening to the log or if it starts sinking at a certain point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you push the log on there?
Yeah, and like slowly and kind of like seeing, at a point where it starts sinking.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much as soon as you move the log on, it starts moving down in the sand.
Dang, okay, yeah.
I imagine you like put it on where you're still holding on to one side.
Right, yeah, like my weight on it and like feeling, if there's a point where it starts pulling down.
Are you going to let it sink or are you going to try to pull it back up?
No, yeah, I can't try to pull it back.
Yeah, make another strength check.
Okay. 9.
Okay. You like are able to pull it back a bit. You feel like, all right, if I sit on this, I can make sure it doesn't sink. So you're like kind of sitting on it on one end, but it is hard to move.
Can I, instead then, can I kind of just push it further into the sand? Is it possible to maybe like stand it upright or at least like attempt to make it vertical as it sinks into the sand?
Yeah, you'd be able to guide it easily enough as, you only have like half kind of on the sand right now.
Right.
But yeah, you kind of lightly ease yourself off of it so it doesn't just fling and start lifting it up as the bottom, I guess we'll call it at this point, starts moving down into the sand, and you kind of push a hand up and are able to guide it so it's standing vertically.
My goal here is to see how deep it is, so like if it sinks all the way or whatever.
Yeah, it sinks about 7 feet, and you see like maybe about a foot left is standing perfectly straight up.
Perfect. And so it stopped there with like a foot left.
And I imagine this would probably be like 4 feet away from you.
Yeah. Like a little bit in the sand, but it's still like a pretty, like this is far.
It'd be like a step. Yeah. You would be able to step onto it from the distance you are, but it'd be like one of those long, like.
Got it. Now, I mean, I guess you tell me, based on the heaviness of these and the sand itself, I don't think there'd be a way for me to continually place these and make a stepping stones to the door.
You could try.
I'm going to try with the second log, yeah.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
Okay. 12.
With a 12, you're kind of able to get it into your arms.
Okay.
Lift it up a bit. You don't feel great about it, and you're definitely tired as you're holding it. But yeah, with the 12, you feel like I have a little bit. I can maybe try to make a step.
So I'm going to attempt to... This is a bad idea. I'm attempting to step onto the one that's already there as a step, and then do a similar maneuver where I'm lowering this one in as a second step vertically.
Okay. I'm going to have you make just a athletics check here.
Okay.
This is kind of like you making the step and seeing like if you can balance yourself.
Okay, I rolled a 6.
Yeah, you step forward and you feel like you are about to lose your footing. Pretty much at this point, you can try to hold onto it, or you can let go and you'd probably have the opportunity to get your foot down. You feel like doing both would be very difficult.
I'm gonna drop the log and catch my footing.
Yeah, so you kind of missed with your first foot out. You see yourself falling forward. You drop the log and just like kind of get your hands on the other log in front of you, like the one that's standing straight up. So you're in like a plank position as you watch this other log start sinking in the sand below you.
How fast is the log sinking?
I mean, so this side's about like 2 feet tall. It's moving pretty quickly. Probably after about like 5 seconds, it's half submerged.
Wow. Okay. And so did this one have anything left up top, or did it all sink under the sand?
Yeah, the second one, because of the way you were holding it, it is now like, it was horizontal, so it is now like sinking sideways into the sand.
Yeah.
So that one's pretty much covered. Yeah.
I suddenly have flashbacks to when I was a champion coal runner, and I realize I'm pretty light-footed, and I'm going to attempt, with torch in hand and rope with me still, to hot coal run this sand to the door.
Okay, so you're just going to try to run across it?
As light on my feet as possible. I want to use the first log as like a jumping off point, and just as light on my feet as possible, make it to that door.
Okay, yeah. You step forward onto that first log, kind of look around the room. In front of you, you see the little lantern kind of slowly swaying back and forth, maybe about like 7 feet above you. You look out, take a breath, and you start running. I'm going to need you to make an athletics check.
Athletics. Here we go. A 6.
You take one step and you feel your foot sink almost immediately. You try taking another step and you are starting to move down. You're able to move your first foot that you stepped in with like forward a little bit more, but pretty much at that point you are about at your knees.
Okay. And I'm sinking fast.
Yeah.
Where's this lantern you said? Is it like above me?
It is above you.
Okay.
Pretty much as you moved forward, almost exactly above you at this point.
Thinking quickly, I'm going to take the rope that I have with me and again attempt a potential lasso maneuver on this lantern. I'm Indiana Jones, by the way.
Yeah, naturally. All right, make another. Are you going to try to tie a good knot here? Or?
Yes, I am.
All right, make another dex check.
Dexterity, 13.
You're able to tie it. You feel a little more confident about this one than before. However, the time it took to take it, you are now about at your waist.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna try to throw it at the lantern.
All right, you spin, throw it up. Make another dexterity check.
5.
This one misses to the right and falls into the sand, and you're able to start kind of quickly pull it back. But by the time you pull it back, you are about to your like chest in sand.
Okay, I start seeing my life flash before my eyes, and do I have time to attempt it one more time?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, as a last crazy attempt on this lantern, I'm trying it one more. Dexterity?
Yep.
9.
You throw, misses again. You start pulling, but your arms are like you're starting to sink. You're probably able to like put your arms straight up to keep them from being submerged. Mm-hmm. So I guess with that in mind, I would let you make one more that would be at disadvantage.
How close am I to the previous log?
Probably about like 5 feet away from the steps you took.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I tried to slog my way through. All right. I mean, I can try it again. I don't have like any other ideas of what I could even do.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Now, if it's disadvantage, what's the difference here?
The lower number.
Oh man. A 2.
You try, but you have no leverage to get it up, and you start moving below. The sand gets to your chin and to your mouth, and now all that's above are your eyes and like your upper arms as you continue to sink down. Are you going to try to struggle against the sand at all, or?
At this point, I've just accepted my fate.
Okay. You close your eyes and continue to sink below the sand, moving down further and further as it submerges you.
I'm just hoping there's like it ends out somewhere else.
You hold your breath, and then the point happens where you're like, I need to breathe. And you take a breath in, and sand fills your mouth. And as you try desperately to grasp for oxygen, nothing comes, and everything goes black. And then you blink once, and you feel the cool touch of stone against your skin. You blink again and feel an aching pain radiating from the back of your head. You blink a third time, and you sit up. As you check your surroundings, you see that you're sitting in what seems to be a cave.
Oh, what the...
Although you're pretty certain you've never been here before, there is something that just feels familiar about it. But you suppose most caves look like caves. As you stand up and look around the room, it seems to be a decently sized space, maybe 40 feet wall to wall. It's dimly lit by a torch at the mouth of a pathway on the far side of the room. And there's a gap between you and that torch. And a coil of rope sits in the middle of the room.
Okay. I'm gonna go grab that rope.
Mm-hmm.
What was I sleeping on? Was there like a bed of some kind?
Just the cool stone.
Okay, so just the ground. And I don't have a memory of what has happened, but a faint familiarity.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to. Is there anything I can fasten the rope to on my side of the gap?
Yeah, you see that there's a boulder on your side of the gap.
Okay, on mine as well. So, in this day of Groundhog Day, I'm going to tie my rope to a boulder on my side, and then I want to drop the rope down the pit and attempt to scale down the pit.
Okay. Yeah, you tie a knot. I'll just have you make a dexterity check to do that. With that said, as you're tying it, you feel like you've had some experience doing this.
Yeah.
You feel like it just comes a little naturally to you, almost like you had a tough situation where you did it quickly. So you can take advantage on this.
Okay, 15.
Yeah, you tie a solid knot, put it around your boulder.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm going to somehow very carefully get in a position here where I'm attempting to go down this pit and like rappelling with the rope down the pit.
Yeah, make a strength check. It's not a super hard check, but just to be like holding on to the rope.
2.
You start rappelling down. And your hands slip and you start falling. I need you to make a dex saving throw as you're kind of like slipping down quickly.
Dex saving throw of 11.
11, that's going to be enough to like grab on as you're falling. You grab the rope, probably after about like 15 feet of falling, and swing into the wall.
Oh, jeez.
You take 2 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, great.
And then, you keep rappelling down.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just see how. This is a terrible idea, but I'm gonna just keep going and just see as long as the rope goes and see if there's anything further down.
Yeah. You move down probably, I guess, about like 40 feet. The rope, seemed to be about 50 feet.
Sure.
Obviously, some of it's still on top. Mm-hmm. But you move down about 40 feet, and you still have not touched the bottom. Mm-hmm. However, as you kind of look down from where you are, you see that even though it's very dark down there, you seem to be able to see the floor. Probably about like 20 feet down or so.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Still a bit of a drop.
Yeah, that would probably hurt real bad. Okay. And as far as I can tell, all the walls, like the wall on my side and the wall 10 feet on the other side, I mean, these are just flat surfaces. There's nothing, any kind of like cutouts or alcoves or breakage.
Nothing, no alcoves from what you've seen. Obviously you didn't necessarily have the best look as part of it was falling. On the rock, generally you do notice certainly some handholds and whatnot, not necessarily placed there on purpose by any means, but just natural kind of carving along the rock. It's not like sheer flatness,
So I could free solo this.
Maybe,
But the ground below me, no spikes or anything. Like, is this a flat ground?
Seems relatively flat, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get as low as I possibly can holding onto the rope. So just full stretched out and then let go. And in somehow, some way, attempt to slow my descent with the rock face of the wall.
Just kind of like leaning against it.
Yeah.
Okay. Make an athletics check is what I'll have you do.
Okay. 14.
Yeah, you get pretty far down. You're able to extend yourself your full length, kind of press your body against the wall, find a few different like rocks to like help bring you down some. It's not like a full climb, but you're able to like put your hand on one rock that lowers you a little further than the rope. And then just kind of like let yourself slide down the rest of the wall.
Yeah.
You hit the ground, it shakes your knees a bit, and you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage, but you are at the bottom.
Okay. Wow. Great. Now, it's obviously really dark down here. Can I attempt to feel around, look around, see what I'm looking at? Is this literally just a pit?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Yeah. 22.
Yeah, you look around, you kind of walk the perimeter, and from what you see, this seems to be a pit. Doesn't seem to go out left or right in either direction, just is a pit. You do notice, especially as you're kind of like feeling a hand along the other side of the wall, there seems to be a lot of climbable holds over there.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's my only option here. I think I'm going to try to climb up the wall on the other side.
Okay. Yeah. Make another athletics check.
Because, just double check. There's nothing down here. There's nothing of benefit.
Nothing down here. Nothing of benefit. Yeah.
Okay. 16.
It is slow and steady, but you start climbing up. And as you go, you find it gets easier as a little more light pours down.
Yeah.
Obviously, way down here where it's very black, pitch black, it takes a few moments of having your body pressed against the wall and just like tapping with one hand ahead of you, but eventually you find a hold. And you're able to climb up to the top and you find yourself on the other side of the gap.
Wow. Okay. So the rope is on the other side now with a boulder.
Yeah.
But there's some boulders here on my side as well.
Yep.
And the torch. Can I grab the torch?
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to move these boulders at all, or are they too heavy?
You can certainly try.
I'm going to attempt to just try to nudge some of them.
Just like seeing if they move at all.
Yeah.
All right. Roll a strength check.
3.
Yeah, you go around and push, and they don't necessarily seem stuck to the ground per se, but you at this moment, tired after your long climb up, are not able to get any of these to move.
That makes sense. Okay, then I take my torch and the skin of my back and walk down that hallway.
Okay. You walk along a little corridor, torch in front of you, and you kind of step into a small circular room. As you look forward, you notice that the floor seems to be entirely covered with sand. And on the other side of the room is a doorway. A lantern hangs down from the ceiling, shining light into the room. You see a little glint in front of you as the light from your torch shines off of what seems to be a little tripwire.
Whoa! I'm glad I saw that.
You look above where you stand, and you see tied like above the doorway are 4 logs.
How high is this roof, and how high is the rope? How high up are the logs and stuff?
The logs are probably about like 10 feet above the passageway.
Okay.
The roof, all in all, is, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 feet for the cavern.
Okay. And yeah, again, just inspecting here, this appears natural in terms of the cavern. Obviously, like the tripwire and stuff would be man-made, but like the structure itself, this appears to be like a natural cavern.
Yeah, seemingly.
Okay. I'm going to very carefully step over the tripwire so I do not trip it. And I'm going to do something crazy here. I'm going to carefully hug the wall and reach out and burn the tripwire with my torch.
Original, yeah.
Attempting to trigger these logs to fall so that I may use them for something.
Interesting. Unprecedented. Yeah, you sneak out, get out of the way. Almost immediately, the tripwire sets alight, and they all fall.
And these are all roughly the same size log. Are they like exactly the same size? Like this was cut from some sort of device or hand chopped?
As you look at them, they do seem to be exactly the same size.
Interesting. What's the temperature like in this cave?
Relatively cool. You pretty much just have on like pants that are torn at the bottom and a long sleeve shirt. And you do feel like, I mean, at this point, you're really sweaty from climbing.
Yeah, sure.
So you're probably a little heated, but you do kind of feel the coolness of the cavern bringing your temperature down some.
But it's not like, I'm going to freeze to death or...
No.
Okay.
You don't have worries about exposure.
Can I attempt to call loudly down the doorway, like toward, further ahead past the sand, and yell for somebody for help? First I say, "G'day." I have an Australian accent. I don't know if I
got it.
that.
Yeah, no, sounds right.
"G'day. Could you give some help, please? Hello, anyone?"
All you hear is, "Good day, good day, good day, good day."
Ooh, so someone else, another Australian's there.
What? Maybe. See, Snow, there's these things called echoes.
Yeah.
All you hear is your voice reverberating against the rock.
Figured it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Okay. And this lantern, again, the lantern's pretty high up.
Yeah, it would be a bit of a jump.
But potentially reachable? Like, what if I did like this log thing where I put the log in and stepped on the log and tried to reach it?
Yeah, you could certainly try.
Okay, I'm going to take log number 1, and I'm going to drop it into the sand as a step, and then I'm gonna try to see if it's possible to reach that lantern.
Yeah, the first one I'll let you do without a strength check, as you can almost just like push it along the floor, and yeah, you're able to guide it so it's a couple feet out from you, sticking straight up. About a foot of it is out, and then you're picking up another and stepping forward.
Yeah, so, okay, because it's further out into the sand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like it'd probably be, if you were able to get one more log out, it would be above you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to do a second step.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
7.
Okay. You have it. It's kind of low on your body, so it's not a great hold. You feel like if you're going to step forward, it might be difficult to move.
Okay, I'm like, bad idea. And there's nothing else here in this room. Sand, logs, a now triggered tripwire.
Mm-hmm.
And this rope that the logs that was holding the logs back, too high to reach?
I mean, it's hanging down right now, so
yeah.
You could certainly get it. It's still like part of it's attached to the wall above.
Right.
But yeah.
Can I try to attempt to reach it and then maybe try to yank it, pull it down?
All right, yeah. I imagine you set this log down.
Yeah.
Walk over to the rope, grab it. I'll have you just make a strength check.
13,
yeah. Easily enough, you're able to pull it. It takes like maybe 30 seconds, but like on your first pull, you're like, oh yeah, this will come loose. And you're able to pull it off. It gets you about 15 feet of rope.
Okay. Yeah, so not huge.
No.
Okay. I'm going to try to use that rope to get the lantern to... but now from the safety of non-in-sinking sand.
Got it. All right. You go to tie your lasso, and again, you feel like you understand how to tie a lasso better, so you can make a dexterity check at advantage.
20.
20, yeah. You tie the fucking best damn lasso you've ever seen. And then, yeah, you start spinning it and giving it a throw.
Yeah.
All right. Make another dex check. As you're doing this, the motion feels a little smoother than it has in the past, so make it at advantage as well.
5.
5 with advantage?
With advantage.
It misses. Just to the right.
I realize I don't even know what I would do if I got it anyway, so I leave this lantern alone. Can I attempt to just try to start scooping some of this sand off and into the regular ground and just see? I mean, this is just bottomless sand.
Yeah, as you start scooping, you maybe give it a solid 5 minutes. You get a nice pile of sand next to you, and it does not seem to be a worthwhile endeavor.
I sit back on the logs and take a rest, and Winnie the Pooh style go into a think session of what the heck I might even could consider to do next.
Yeah. You sit down, hands to your forehead, just think.
Am I hungry at all?
No. You seem pretty content at this point.
Okay. Well, good. At least I was fed before I woke up. Okay. Can I eat this sand?
I mean, you can certainly put it in your mouth. What do you mean?
Yeah, I want to eat a handful of the sand.
Sure, yeah. You put the sand in your mouth and start chewing, and you kind of have this familiar feeling like you've had this experience before, and it kind of makes you feel uneasy.
Yeah, this triggers something, and I remember that it does seem very familiar, and that something's not right here, something's afoot. So I get an insane idea. And I go back in the hallway, back to the first room, and I jump down the pit.
All right. You jump, you feel wind rushing in your face. You blink once. And you feel the cool touch of stone against your skin. You blink again and feel an aching pain radiating from the back of your head. You blink a third time and you sit up. As you check your surroundings, you see that you're sitting in what seems to be a cave. Although you're pretty certain you've never been here before, there is something that seems familiar about it. But you suppose most caves look like caves.
You can't tell because we're just on audio, but I'm giving you a big glare. Okay. Do I remember, just for example's sake, would I even have the capacity to remember, is anything different about myself from these previous times? As in, are my clothes different? Do I even remember any of that from previous to even ask a question like that?
No, you do not really have any memories.
Okay.
There are certain things that, as you look right now, feel familiar. Like when you look at the rope, there is a familiarity about it that wasn't maybe there on the previous ones.
Yeah.
Obviously, you wouldn't know that as a character, but you as the player will know that. You even look at the rock that you used to rappel down, and there's familiarity there. There's familiarity with the torch.
Okay.
It seems like a little more is there now than maybe in the past.
Okay. Can I feel around the cave walls to see if is this just straight solid rock? Is there anything else going on? Some kind of, just for anything really.
Yeah, make a perception check.
5.
Yeah, you do not find anything. It seems all very solid.
Well, I see a rope there. I'm going to grab that rope. I'm going to fashion a hangsman's noose because I feel like that might come in handy at some point.
Are you tying a lasso or?
Yeah, same thing.
All right.
Same
you feel like you understand this better. You can roll it at advantage.
Okay. Dexterity?
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. You make a decent enough lasso. You feel like you remember making a much better one in the past, but this one seems serviceable.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try to swing that rope and tie one of the boulders on the other side.
Yeah. As you start spinning it, you feel a little more comfortable than you have in the past. You can Make this at advantage.
Dexterity or strength?
Dex.
17.
Okay, yeah. You swing it, and you're able to lasso it against one of the boulders.
Okay.
Yeah, you give it a little tug even, and you're like, this feels okay.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to... And this might be tricky. Oh, it's 10 feet, isn't it? That's not a good idea. I was going to say, just basically swing.
Okay.
Swing from my side to that side and then try to climb up, but I may second guess that thought now. I'm gonna tie the other end of the rope to the boulder on my side.
Okay.
And get it all nice and secure, and then use the rope to shimmy my way across via my hands to get to the other side.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to tie it around well enough, and yeah, you start climbing across. Make a strength check at advantage.
19.
Yeah. You're able to pull yourself across, feeling odd strength, as if you've done something much harder at some point of climbing straight up or down instead of just sideways. And yeah, you get to the other side safe enough.
Okay. I'm gonna grab that torch and walk down the hallway.
Yeah. You walk around a narrow little passageway, and as you move forward, you step slightly into a small circular room. And ahead of you, you notice that the floor seems to be entirely covered with sand. Other side's a doorway, a lantern hangs down from the ceiling. You see a little glint of light in front of you.
Glint. Can I kick it and run away?
You're kicking it? Okay. Yeah, you give it a little kick. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. I'll give you advantage, though, as this memory is kind of there. You're like, huh.
20.
Yeah, you're able to not knowing that anything's above you, but instinctively you're like, I should move.
Yeah.
You kick the rope and just dive backwards as logs fall down.
Okay. But I can still, it doesn't block off that hallway or anything. I can still get in that room.
Correct, yeah.
With all the logs. Okay.
Yeah. You have to climb over a few, but
Sure. Can I try on the very edge of the room where the sand meets just the wall, and try putting my foot and giving a little bit of weight to see if the edges are any different than the middle of the sand?
Yeah. As you go to do that and you put your foot down, immediately it starts sinking.
And just the other sand, fills in the gaps. This doesn't go away or anything. The sand sinking down.
It does not seem to be. You don't know where more sand is coming from, but it seems like it is ever filling.
Can I feel around in the walls in here for anything crazy or different or special?
You can make a perception check for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Perception. 20.
You look around and you don't see anything especially strange about the room. Now that you're kind of looking more at the walls, you put a hand on them and it kind of gives you this familiar feeling as you put a hand on and kind of grasp a little cropping in the rock, and you're like, oh, this feels sturdy. And it kind of just gives you this familiar sense.
Okay. Can I attempt... Actually, first thing I'm gonna try to do, because I just forgot to do this. Can I run back to the first room and at least try to wiggle the rope free from the previous boulder, and so that I can take the rope with me? I know it's stuck on that boulder, but I at least try to.
Yeah, you undo your side. I'll have you make a strength check here.
Okay. 6.
Yeah, you pull with all your might, and as you pull more and more, eventually it snaps, and you get about 10 feet of rope in your hand.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the rest is over there. So you have a little.
Okay. Great. Good. So I got 10 feet of rope. Okay. And then back in the sand room, can I'm going to attempt to rock climb the wall across the sand pit.
Okay. Yeah. You wrap the rope around your arm and start climbing over. I'm going to have you make a athletics check at advantage here. As you're climbing, you're like, I'm good at this, aren't I?
18.
Yeah, you're able to get across well enough. There is a point kind of midway where it's fairly sheer. So you look over and you're like, now or never. And you kind of dino over and do a little jump about 4 feet and grab on, swing a bit, and continue climbing.
Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah, exactly. And you find yourself on the other side of the sand.
Holy crap.
I'd say for this, if you wanted to have your torch with you, I should have said this before.
Yeah.
You would have needed to probably put it out.
Yeah. Retroactively, can I actually just attempt to chuck it across the sand into the doorway?
Yeah. Go for it. Make a strength check.
Cool. Before I started the climb.
Yeah.
9.
With a 9, yeah, you throw it. It gets about 20 feet and lands in. And starts to slowly sink down.
Dang it. Dang you, torch, being too heavy to not just sit there and let me grab you. No. I get it. I see how it is. Now, does that sand put out the flame?
Yeah.
Okay, as I figured. Okay, yeah, so I'm torchless. Okay, that's fine. So I've made it to the other side.
You are on the other side.
Is it dark continuing forward?
It is very dim continuing forward, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, slowly, very cautiously walk down this new path.
Yeah, you move through this open doorway into a somewhat narrow passage. As you look, it's maybe 15 feet wide, and it's hard to tell fully how long because of how dark it is, but probably a decent ways. You do feel like you can see kind of the outer edge of the other side of the wall, because in the center of this passageway is just one single candle that is lit and maybe about half burnt.
Interesting. So it's really just an empty hallway, but there's one candle in the middle. Wow. Okay. Can I very cautiously and carefully approach the candle?
Yeah. You move up to the candle, kind of looking around at all times. As you get to it, you notice that it kind of shines light, obviously all around where it is. It's dim, but you see above you, maybe about 15 feet in the wall, is a little alcove. And you swear you can kind of see the outline, and really more so the shadow of what almost looks like a chest.
Wow. And this is up in the wall?
Yeah, about 15 feet up.
Can I feel the wall and attempt to see if that's climbable?
Yeah, as you touch the wall and move your hand across, just sheer. Entirely sheer.
Totally flat. No way to get it.
Yeah.
Now, from the candle, looking to the end of the hallway, you said it's just there's an end to it, and it just...
Yeah. Now that you're kind of here a little closer, you can see what seems to be a passageway. This narrow passageway that you're in moves down into a smaller one even.
Got it. Okay. But 15 feet up, there's a cliff. Can I pick up the candle?
Yeah.
Very carefully, very carefully.
And very carefully you scoop it up.
And it's literally just a good candle?
Yeah, just a candle.
Okay. Can I, again, call up into the alcove and yell, "Good day!
Good day! Good day! Good day!"
Holding the candle up as high as I can, same thing, all I see is sort of a little bit of a shadow of what looks like a chest. Nothing else up there, from what I can tell. I only got 10 feet of rope. I jog it in my mind and remember that it's there, but continue down the path.
Okay. You move along, and the passageway narrows into a little windy path, and you keep going down. Can I get you to make a perception check?
10.
10. As you're moving, you start to hear the crackle of what seems to be a campfire.
Ooh. Okay.
Do you continue moving?
I tiptoe very quietly. Actually, I blow out my candle.
Okay.
And tiptoe very carefully as I continue on. Do I see more light as I'm getting closer to it as well?
Yeah, it seems like the light is coming in. I'll have you make a stealth check.
Okay. Oh mama. 16.
16. Yeah, very nice. You creep along down the corridor, and as you get to the end and hear the fire crackle louder, you peek in and see a pretty well-lit cavernous room. On the right side of the room, you see a tent made from sticks and cloth, and it's standing next to that small fire that you heard from a little ways back. As you kind of scan the room, you see a little passageway that moves up into the left, and standing kind of in front of it, not looking at the tent or the entrance right now, but kind of just looking straight ahead, is what seems to be a small green figure. You look and you think, I've heard of these things before. This is a goblin.
So I remember my name, Walter, and I know about goblins.
You know about goblins, the two things. You see this goblin holding a club.
Okay. And I look around. I don't see any other people from what I can see.
Just this goblin.
Okay. But he's facing away from me?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I slowly and as quietly as I possibly can approach the tent and like kind of shimmy my way, around the edge toward the tent entrance?
Yeah. Make another stealth check.
7.
You moving around the cavern wall. Pink Panther start moving. Literally a natural 1 on his perception check.
Wow.
So you get to the tent.
Great. Yes. Can I peek into the tent and see what's in there?
Yeah. You peek in. You see a torn bedroll. You see just a little garbage on the side of fish bones and just kind of a dirtied rag. You also see next to the fish bones is a dagger, just sticking next to the stone.
Yes. Can I grab the dagger?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I grab the dagger.
All right.
From here, can I attempt to sneak up behind the goblin and use my rope to try and choke him?
You'd have to move to the other side of the wall, which you could and not be in his line of sight. But yeah, it would definitely be difficult. It's not necessarily an easy thing to do.
I guess I have a dagger now. Whatever. Are you saying it'd be difficult to get to him or the actual choking aspect?
I mean, all of it would be difficult to do, certainly.
I guess I do want to attempt to sneak up behind him, though, the best I can, or at least get really close to him. And instead, I may actually try to stab him in the back.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you pop in the tent, move back. You can get a little better angle of him now. He's just kind of looking down at his club.
Yeah.
Scratching it with one of his fingers. And you see behind him is a door. And yeah, you start moving back around to get an angle by, moving kind of back to the entryway and scooting along the other wall.
Yeah.
To be able to get behind him. Make another stealth check.
Okay. 4.
Yeah. As soon as you step out of the tent, your shoulder kind of bumps the top of it and it just falls to the ground and he turns his head towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Roll initiative.
14.
You attacked first.
Great. Okay. So I'm obviously not right next to him, right?
No. But you're probably about 20, 30 feet away.
And there's a fire between us?
Yeah.
But he's pretty far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do I have enough distance to cover that I can run up to him and stab him in the eyeball?
Yeah, you could definitely run up and try to give him a stab.
I'm going to do that.
All right. Yeah. You sprint forward, holding your dagger in hand, and you run and try to give him a stab. Make an attack.
Okay. 11.
11's going to miss.
Okay.
Yeah, you just kind of to the right of it and miss. And you look up as he is going to swing his club at you.
Okay.
That is 13 to hit.
Hits.
6 points of bludgeoning damage.
So question, previously I lost some health, but when I re-woke up, was my health the same as before? Did it go back to the max?
Back to full.
Okay, good. Okay. So I'm still alive.
You are still alive.
Barely.
Okay.
Can I run around behind him and try to stab him in the back?
Yeah, you kind of duck under him after he hits you, in the side of the body, knocking the air out of you. And you slip around behind him and give him a stab in the back. Yeah, I'll let you roll at advantage.
Okay, 20.
20 will hit.
Damage is 4.
4, yeah. You hit him in the back and he screams out in pain. Looking hurt, but he is still up. He is going to turn to you and make another swing. Ooh, that is a 4.
Ooh, miss.
Yeah, so he'll miss. All right, he swings down and boom, hits the ground and bounces up and looks at you. You are up.
As he swung that down, is it possible to, kick his hand to, disarm the club from his hand?
That would be your action.
Right.
You could certainly try to do it as an action.
Now, and maybe this is just asking more about the game itself, but would he be able to pick it up and attack me on his next turn then, if I did do that?
Depends how close it is to him.
Oh, okay. I better just stab him in the eyeball.
All right, roll the hit. Just a normal attack this time.
7.
7's gonna miss.
Yeah.
You aim for it, and he just ducks out of the way. He is gonna swing at you with his club. That's a 9.
Miss.
Ooh. Okay. You get another attack. It's great to see you low level. I mean, yeah, or low level versus no level characters in just the greatest battle of all time.
Can I same thing? Try to like duck around him to the backside again and do the same thing. Maybe try to stab him in the same wound.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you do advantage if you're behind him.
Great. 14.
14 will just hit.
Oh baby, 2 damage.
You hit him in the same spot, and he yells out and falls forward into the ground.
Amazing.
That was close, my dude.
Yeah, wow. Okay. I'm hurt pretty bad. Yeah, okay. Wow. Now, in this, chaos of a battle, I listen around to just hear if it sounds like, anyone else is coming or any commotion.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay. 11.
No, you do not hear anything, really.
Okay. Can I search the goblin for anything else that might be on his person?
Yeah, the search is pretty quick, as he really just has a loincloth. The club seems to be the only thing of real use for you.
Yeah. Can I take the club with me as well?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. I imagine you kind of put your knife, the dagger you got, into like a little belt loop or something.
Yeah.
Pick
Perfect.
up the club and start walking forward.
That's what I want to do. Well, yeah. So again, tell me the layout here, because you mentioned like there was like a pathway, but also a door. Is that the same pathway?
Yeah. So down the pathway, maybe just like 5 feet, is the door.
So there's only one exit from this room.
Yeah.
Except the way that I came in.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I leave, can I just search around again just for anything else that might be in this room or anything like that?
Yeah. Roll a perception check.
3.
Yeah, you are not able to find anything of use in this room.
Looks good to me. Okay. Before I move forward, well, yeah, I mean, I guess like so there's no like food or anything, here or
other than like the rotted fish
okay.
carcass. No.
Okay.
Are you wondering food like for healing purposes?
Yeah.
Okay. You could take a short rest. Sit by the fire and use your 1 hit die to heal.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You sit down by the fire, take a few breaths as you didn't take any like cuts or anything, but you did get a heavy hit. So, you kind of hold that, maybe put a little bandage around it just to like keep your ribs sturdy. And you can heal 1d8.
So I healed 1.
You heal 1. Okay.
Great.
Perfect.
Good. Awesome. Okay. Man, part of me wants to go back for this treasure chest, but I'm not sure there's any way I could do it. Can I check just with the tent, like how movable is this tent and the pieces of it? You said it's just sticks and cloth?
Yes.
So it's not very sturdy, right? Like this isn't something that like I could stand on or something.
No, it took like one bump of your shoulder to knock the whole thing down.
Yeah. Okay. I'll truck onward. I'll move on toward the door and slowly open the door.
Yeah, you slowly move it open. The room is pretty, I guess comparatively to the rooms that haven't really had light in it, there is light, natural seeming light in this room up in front of you. Yeah, as you walk through, you immediately like take a step and you hear your foot, like the sound of a foot slapping against the wet floor. And you look ahead and you see light shining down from the center of the room, maybe about like 30 feet above you. It's just like a circular hole, probably about 3 feet wide, with just, light pouring out of it. This kind of lights the room enough where you can see to your left is one passageway, and to your right is another passageway.
Did you say I heard a foot that wasn't mine, or that was
no?
Me?
You're the sound of your foot slapping against the water.
Okay.
And it's just like, it's not, as you look, it's not like a lot of water, just kind of a wet floor.
Sure.
You also see in the center of the room is what looks to be a metal circle, maybe about like 2 foot radius.
Okay.
Jutting up from it is a small little handle.
Okay. Can I approach that? Well, as I approach the 2, hallways that are at a pass here, kind of just look down them to look for any trouble that is around the corners.
Yeah. So yeah, you walk kind of to the center of the room, which when you look to the left side of the wall, that's where one passage. At the right, that's where the other is. You peek to the left side, and you see it goes down maybe 6 feet down the hallway. As you step towards it, you see like a stone block with a small handle on it. Can you make a perception check for me?
Yeah, 17.
Yeah. As you look, you also notice, you kind of take a step towards the stone block. It seems like little like rivulets of water are leaking out from behind the stone block very slowly, but yeah, moving kind of down the passageway.
Okay.
As you look to the other side, to the right side, you see it's another passageway, maybe about 6 feet, but it starts to narrow as it goes along. And where you can probably step in the beginning, by like the end of what you can see, it's like down to maybe like a foot tall by a foot wide. And you kind of like look down and you see that it seems to go on for a while. Too small to like crawl through.
And straight above is light coming in from a hole.
Yeah.
Like looking up at it, I mean, just like, is it too bright to even see out the hole at all?
Yeah. Especially with how your eyes have been and
Yeah.
how they've adjusted.
Sure. Can I pick up the circle on the ground with a handle?
Yeah, make a strength check.
Oh, okay. 14.
Yeah, you're able to lift it up and kind of look beneath it. You see it's a hole, but kind of in the same way as the passageway to the right, it like narrows down, so you could move this and maybe step into it, but there'd be a point where it's too narrow for you to fit through. You can maybe like get a leg pretty stuck in there. But yeah, it seems like it just goes straight down.
That's so funny. I thought it was like a shield. I'm like, oh, okay.
No.
Okay, so can I go toward the path toward this stone block with water coming out?
Yeah.
Is that the only thing down on this hallway?
On this hallway, just a stone block with a little handle on it.
And there's water coming out behind it.
Slowly, yeah. It seems to be blocking the passageway, so it's just kind of leaking through the sides.
How big is this stone block?
Probably about like 4 by 4 feet.
Wow, okay. But it has a handle.
Yeah.
Let me attempt to wiggle it free.
Yeah, make a strength check.
16.
Yeah. Easily enough, you're able to pull back and move it a little further back, towards the center of the room. And you see the water behind it start to pour in a little faster. Do you continue to move it?
Wait, so how much did I move it? Not very much?
Probably pulled it like a foot or so.
Okay. When you say the water comes in a little faster, what do you mean? Like,
well, before, like, it's now like almost like a stream at your feet.
Okay.
Like you see that it seems like this is just blocking water.
Yeah. So, but it's not like, I keep moving it and it's going to be a tsunami or anything.
Doesn't seem that drastic. No. But it does seem to be a pretty constant stream of water.
Before pulling it a little more, is it possible to like peek around it to peek the source of the water and just what's further down it?
Yeah, as you like look around, you see that it kind of does the same thing that the passage on the other side does of like narrowing down. So it's hard to tell the source and you feel like it gets too narrow to really try to follow.
Okay. Yeah, I keep pulling it.
Okay. I'll let you hold on to the last strength check as it was solid.
Okay.
You keep moving it along and just pulling it. You're able to get it to the center of the room. And once you get it like out of the way of this passageway, water is just flowing pretty freely into the room. It's very cold and it kind of laps against your ankles. You wouldn't need to make a perception check for this. You look around and you see like it starts to fill up a little bit, but then water seems to be going to the other passage and moving out. And also water seems to be going to the doorway you came through and like leaking out that way as well.
Okay. And I assume going down the hole that I move the other circle?
Yeah, because you did not put that back. It is going down there as well.
Okay. Interesting. So water's coming in from a hole too small, and it's leaving through these other holes. Okay. Yeah. I'll plug up that small hole in the middle of the room.
Okay.
I'll close the door that I came from.
Yeah.
Does the water still go through that door?
You close it, and it seems like some of it's leaking through. For the most part, this blocks it.
So at this point now, after closing it, is the water entering the room more than the water leaving it? Like there's that hole on the other side, but yeah, what's going on with the water?
Yeah. At this point, it seems like the water level has risen a bit.
Okay.
Like maybe to your calf now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does seem to still be leaving the room and not really raising the water too much.
Okay. But it's a foot hole. I mean, it's pretty substantial.
Yeah.
But the one on the ground is like the same thing. The one that was in the center of the room. It's about a foot wide.
The one in the center of the room.
Yeah.
About it, like probably narrowed down a little less than a foot.
Yeah.
Like you could maybe get your leg down there and get it
Right.
very stuck. Yeah.
Okay. And if I stuck the club down that hole in the middle, would it fall down, or would there be a point where the club would kind of like stick in it?
The club seems like it would catch.
Okay. But it's probably does it fit like snugly enough that it seems to do anything to stop water from going through, or does it fit kind of jaggedly?
It'd be kind of jaggedly.
Yeah.
You might be able to shove it in there enough with a very solid roll. But
Gotcha. And this cover thing with the handle, can I take it to the other hole on the side and see how that fits with it? Like, does it fit the same kind of hole, or are they different?
you can certainly try, yeah. You'd like to pick it up and do that?
Yeah, try to take it over there.
Yeah, you're able to lift it up. We've already established you have enough strength for that, and kind of move it over. I imagine, yeah, you can probably put it on its side because it is a circle and just kind of roll it along.
Yeah.
And you move it up there, and you can kind of wedge it in there, yeah. And at a point, it seems to block things off, and you see the water that's coming into the room and spreading out to this part will kind of like lap up against it and move away.
Okay.
You do notice, obviously, now water is starting to go down the hole in the center of the room.
Yeah. But the stone block that I removed, I also moved that to the middle of the room?
I mean, it's not in like the center, but it is in like that main, it's out of the passageway.
Okay. Can I attempt to maybe block that middle hole with that stone?
Yeah, go for it.
I want to try to do that.
Just make another strength check for this.
11.
Okay. It's slow going, especially now that the floor is kind of with water.
Yeah.
But you are able to push it along and get it over this hole.
Okay.
As you do that, you notice water is starting to fill this room more and more. Pretty quickly, it goes from your calf to your knees to your waist, and before long, you see it to your neck. You gonna start swimming once you lose your footing?
Yeah. I'm going to ride this up the hole.
All right. Make an athletics check
Okay.
just to see how much control you have over this swim.
18.
18, yeah. You are able to, kind of like adjust yourself whenever necessary to make sure, even though the water, it's not a super fast current, but there is a bit of one. So anytime it kind of moves you out from directly beneath the hole, you swim back. And yeah, you feel pretty accomplished here as a swimmer. And eventually, yeah, you see the water fill more and more of the room as it keeps coming in and in and in. And eventually you see that it's almost to the top of the ceiling, and you put your hands up and get them onto the hole. You're able to kind of lift yourself up.
Yeah, how big is this hole?
It's about 3 feet wide.
Yeah, so like, full arms out, I might be able to wedge myself in there.
Yeah, you're able
Okay.
to pull yourself up.
Yeah.
And you sit up in this new room.
It's another room?
Above you is a light. It almost looks like a little sun up in this cavern. It's not a torch, it's not a lantern, it's just light. Next to it, you see hanging down from a rope is what looks to be a key tied to the rope hanging down. You also notice to your left is a door with a lock on it. You look down and you see that the water has continued up through this hole and is about at your ankles now.
Oh, frick. I feel like I'm in Saw or something. And that's all that's in this room. Mm-hmm. This mysterious light, a key on a string, and a locked door.
Yeah.
How can I reach the key? How high is this?
The key is probably hanging about 20 feet up.
Oh, shoot. And the light's up that high, too?
Yeah.
Crap. Okay. And the water just keeps coming, right?
The water just keeps coming.
There's no, point where this thing stops.
Nope.
Okay.
It seems to be at your waist now.
Okay. Yeah, can I attempt to ride this water up as well to reach the key, and then attempt to swim down and unlock the door underwater?
Yeah, certainly. Make an athletics check.
8.
It's hard to get your footing. You're a little tired after the last bit of making sure you're still there. So it's hard to get the exact spot. So you do have to kind of do a lot of swimming around this key. You're probably at any given point within 10 feet of it. So you'll just, once you get up there, probably have to make a grab, which will be another roll for that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's you keep going up and probably get about 20 feet up.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm going to attempt to grab it.
All right, make a dex check.
15.
So 2 things happen at the same time. The first is you grab it and pull it down. And then as soon as the water hits the same level as the light vanishes and you're in complete darkness.
Oh, no. Okay. But the water doesn't magically disappear.
Amazingly, no, it doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, based on just what I saw when the light was there. Actually, can I feel like where it was? I mean, it's totally gone. This thing has just vanished.
The light?
Yeah, the light.
Light is gone.
Okay. From what memory of the room when there was light, I take a real deep breath and just dive toward the door with the lock.
Make a investigation check at disadvantage.
Oh, gosh. Woo. Oh, boy. 3.
You swim, just complete darkness. You can't see anything in front of you. Tapping the walls as best you can, you don't find anything. You're feeling like you're about to lose your breath. I'll let you make one more desperate investigation check at disadvantage as you're feeling the walls as much as possible.
Okay, 4.
4. You feel your breath leaving you.
Can I attempt to go back to the top of the water and catch my breath?
Yeah, make an investigation check at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. 3.
3. You swim up. The darkness seems to be getting darker. You seem to be losing all sight of everything around you. You blink once, and you feel the cool touch of stone against your skin. You blink again and feel an aching pain radiating from the back of your head. You blink a third time, and you sit up. As you check your surroundings, you see that you're sitting in what seems to be a cave. Although you're pretty certain you've never been here before, there is something that just feels familiar about it. But you suppose most caves look like caves.
I roll over and go back to sleep. It was a dream all along.
You roll over, try to get a little bit of rest. You just keep feeling the dull, aching pain in the back of your head. What do?
I grab the rope and I try to jump the gap.
You're jumping it?
I'm jumping it.
All right, roll an athletics check at advantage. You feel like you have familiarity with this.
13.
13. Yeah, that's going to be enough. It's kind of like you catch your elbows on it, and like hit your chest against it, but you're able to pull yourself up. You move forward down the passageway. You do pass a torch. Do you want to grab a torch that you see there? Yeah, you grab the torch and you move forward, and you step forward into a small circular room, sand covering the floors, and you see the glint of something in front of you. It's a tripwire.
I trip the tripwire.
Okay, but obviously, like, stepping back, not into it.
No, I forget about this thing and just walk into the tripwire.
All right, make a dexterity saving throw.
3.
3. You hear something, and then something hit in the back of your head. You blink once and you feel the cool touch of stone against your skin. You blink again and feel an aching pain radiating from the back of your head. You blink a third time and you sit up. What do?
Grab the rope and jump the gap.
At this time, it's almost muscle memory, and you're able to jump the gap perfectly fine.
I grab the torch and carefully step over a tripwire.
Yeah, you step over a tripwire into the room.
I throw the torch across the room to the doorway.
You're able to throw it. Make a strength check at advantage.
14.
14, that'll be enough where it just kind of clambers against to the other side.
I rock wall climb across the sand pit.
You feel amazing. You've done this before. There's even a point in the middle where it goes sheer flat, and you're able to jump and land on the other part of the wall and continue along.
I find some sunglasses and put them on.
Do you pick up your torch?
Yeah, pick up the torch, continue on carefully and slowly as I approach the next room.
Yeah, you move forward into a somewhat narrow passageway, about 15 feet wide, and you see a candle sitting in the middle of the room. As you move forward carefully, you also see a little alcove up above with the shadow of a chest.
Yeah, okay, here, can I take the candle and chuck it up in that alcove?
Sure. Yeah, you throw it up in the alcove, and it goes out as soon as it hits, like, the wall.
Okay, good. Can I try to, I'm going to try to lasso rope this chest.
Okay. Yeah, you tie a perfect lasso.
Beautiful.
And you start spinning and throw it up. As this is a different throw than in the past. Make a dex check. At advantage, though. You do have experience throwing around things.
12.
12. You're able to get it around something.
Okay. Yeah. Can I pull on it and see, does it move anything?
Yeah. Make a strength check.
1.
Nothing moves as you pull.
So now the rope's just stuck.
It seems that way.
Can I, like, reinforce my leg on the wall, my foot against it, and just try again with a real girthy pull?
Yeah, I'll let you get one more pull here.
Okay. 3.
Yeah, you pull, and you hear a snap from up above, and your rope snaps a bit. You probably have about half of it now, 25 feet.
Oh, dang it. See, and I should have just climbed up. What was I thinking? Okay. Is that enough with the 25 to try that again? To then try to climb up it?
It would definitely be more difficult, but you could try.
I'll keep it and move on.
Okay. Yeah. You move along. You see this passageway narrow some, and you keep moving forward. And you hear a familiar crackle up ahead of what seems to be a fire.
Yeah, can I very quietly and stealthily inch my way into that room and toward the tent?
Do you leave your torch behind?
That's a good point. No, I'll take it with me.
You're bringing it with you?
Yep.
Okay. So you move with it with you. You feel like you understand how to be stealthier a little better than in the past, but you do have literal fire on your back. So you're going to make a stealth check just flat.
Yep.
Maybe you would have had advantage, but now you also get disadvantage, making it even.
Okay, deal. 18.
18? Fuck. Despite that, you gotta like stick it behind you and just move along. The goblin in general is not very observant.
Yeah.
He's still looking forward. You move up to the tent. You see the carcass of fish bones and a little dagger.
Yep, grab the dagger.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave the torch in the tent, making sure that it's not like touching the cloth with the flame.
Okay.
And try to sneak up behind that goblin and stab him.
All right. Make another stealth check. This one is at advantage as you don't have a torch with you.
10.
10. All right. You rolled a natural 3 for his perception.
Wow.
You move around and get right behind him, and you can make an attack.
Okay.
At advantage, because he doesn't know you're there.
18.
18. That'll hit. Roll damage.
4.
4 damage. All right. Roll a nit.
8.
8. 14. So he's going to turn around and swing a club at you.
Yep.
That's a 12 to hit.
Hits.
3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Same thing. I'm going to sneak behind him again and stab him in the back again.
Okay. Roll the hit.
It's 19.
19 will hit.
Okay, 4 damage.
4 damage, yeah. You stab him again, and he falls down to the ground.
Okay. Yeah, I pick up its club.
Okay.
Put the knife in my little belt and take the club. Do I need that torch? Not really. Okay, I don't need the torch. So I'm just moving on into the next room.
Okay. You move forward into this room. You hear your foot slap against a little almost film of water in the room. You look, see 2 passages, one to your left, one to your right. Straight in the middle of the room is this little hole that shines down, and it shines down onto like a circular grate with a handle on it. As you peek into the left passageway, you see stone brick with a handle, and the right narrows down.
I'm going to go grab that stone brick with the handle and try to pull it all the way across to the other side of the room.
Roll a strength check at advantage as you feel you've done this before almost.
12.
It takes a while, probably about like 10 minutes. There's a point in the middle where you just need to like lean against the rock. But yeah, you're able to push it to the other side and push it in. You see it raises a bit, but the doorway is still open.
Yes. Gonna go back and close the door.
Okay. You close the door and the room starts filling with water.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ride it up and swim into the next room.
All right. Make an athletics check at advantage.
12.
12. You're able to just enough, like, follow the hole up, and you feel like it's pushing you back a little bit, where before you were able to just get a straight shot in. You kind of have to reach your hand up to pull it, but you are able to get in. You do feel like as you pull yourself up, last time you kind of beat the water in. Now as you pull up, it's like a couple inches up in.
Yeah. This room's the same.
Yeah. Key hanging down and a light up above you.
Do I have enough rope to try and lasso the key from where I'm at?
Like, just enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you have about 25 feet of rope from where you're standing. You know, this thing seems to be like about 20 and 30 feet up. It'd be tight, but certainly it's possible.
Yeah. Well, I'll wait for the water to like raise me like 5 feet, maybe. You know.
So, okay.
A little tiny bit, and then try to do it.
All right. Yeah. You let it raise you. You're able to tie a perfect lasso. And yeah, you start spinning. Make a dex check. I'll give you an advantage on this first one.
Okay, 12.
12. It like hits it and kind of bounces away. You seem like you're very close.
Yeah, it's a small object.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, yeah, let me try again. Just a regular dex check.
Just a regular one. You're about 10 feet up now.
4.
4. You miss again.
Yeah. Do I have time to try a third time?
Yeah, you have time to try pretty much probably one last time here.
Okay, 18.
18. You get it around and are able to pull in. I imagine you're just pulling this thing down.
Yes.
It doesn't take much at all. It doesn't seem like you're able to just pull with a little bit and the key comes down and you wrangle it in. Yeah, it is about like 15 feet up right now.
Okay.
It's still a few feet away from the light.
Yeah, I'm going to, as quickly as I possibly can, swim down to the door and try to put the key in and unlock the door.
All right, make an athletics check.
16.
Yeah, you're able to swim down, get to the door. Obviously, you're underwater at this point.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of fumble around, you get the key in and turn it, and then the light disappears.
Okay.
You turn it and just kind of shoulder into the door, and it pushes open. Water behind you starts pushing you forward down a little pathway, moving along. After like getting swept probably about like 15 feet, you do feel yourself kind of hit ground. You look out quickly to the side. You see like a little light peeking under a doorway up ahead of you. And that kind of shines enough into this cavern where you see like maybe a foot up are almost like grates on the side of the wall. So water is like pouring now into those grates and like leaking, you know, making it so this room doesn't just fill up completely with water.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, so you were pushed like 15 feet and you just see water continuing to come in, but immediately moving like down to the ground and being drained through.
And this is just a hallway and there's a door at the end with some light.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I approach the door and maybe put my ear to the door? Listen for something?
Yeah. Roll a perception check. You kind of stand up, you know, try to dry yourself off some. You just hear the drip of water kind of rushing through and moving to the side of you.
18.
18, yeah. You put your ear to the door. You hear the crackle of a fire.
Okay. Can I John Cena the door and bust it open and
just like kick it?
Yeah, just kick it open and be ready for whatever's on the other side.
Yeah, roll a strength check.
20.
Yeah. You kick open the door, it slams and just like hits the wall, it kind of breaks off the hinge even, and you step forward. It takes your mind a second to adjust to what your eyes see. While everything before you has been pretty distinctly cavernous, this room looks like a study. There's wooden floors and a finely crafted brick wall on each side. On one side, you see a little fireplace with a fire going. And in the center of the room sits a desk with various books open and spread across it.
Can I inspect the books, see what they're about?
Yeah. You walk over to the desk and start looking through. It seems like one book is kind of laid above the rest of them, you know, as if it's like one that has been opened, and you see a quill next to it, as if it has recently been written in.
Okay.
And you start reading. It says, Subject 17 seems to be breaking through the spells. Each memory modification seems less effective than the last.
Oh my gosh.
Despite starting him over with a fresh mind, he seems to hold memories of his previous attempts. He becomes more clever with each try. While his mind does not hold the memories, it's almost as if his body seems to. You then hear a soft voice behind you say, I'm very proud of you, Subject 17.
Oh my god. I shockingly, out of instinct, go, good day? And sort of just look toward that voice.
You turn towards the voice. You see a woman with shock white hair. It seems like maybe early 50s. She's tall, thin, and very poised. There's something about the way she looks that reminds you even though you can't really place it, just reminds you of like noble stock. She smiles a warm smile, but you look into her eyes and there seems to be like a cold calculation to it.
Proud of me for what?
This is the first time you've gotten this far.
Why does all this seem familiar?
You've been here for a little while now, and your mind is proving that it's stronger than magic, which I wasn't sure whether or not it would be.
These notes, they're about me, aren't they?
Those ones are, yes.
What are you doing here? How did I get here?
Well, I needed people who wouldn't be missed, and it seemed like no one would miss you. But you have proven so much worth. I would miss you terribly if you left.
Seems a bit of a backhanded compliment, but I'll take it.
Well, I have more tests for you. She smiles and puts a hand out.
Pardon?
Good luck on the next one. You feel your eyes start to droop.
No.
And then you blink once and feel the cool touch of stone against your skin. And that is where we're going to end this session.
Frick. Woo! Oh, mama, I've been here. Oh.
How you doing, Snow? How you feeling?
Holy crap, dude. That was amazing.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed
wow.
it. We'll have to talk a bit off podcast about certain things that could have happened.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you died in the second room, because I was like, there's a chance that he just gets through everything like the first go round, and then like A, that'd probably be kind of quick, and B, like you wouldn't get the whole point, like, you know what I mean? Right. Yeah, so I'm very glad you were daring. I mean, I thought you were gonna die in the first room. We were like, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump. Yeah. I'm jumping across.
Well, there was a point when I was in the goblin camp, and I was like, if I die here, I'm gonna be so pissed, because like if I reset, and then like it did happen later, and it was like, dude.
Yeah.
Because I died many times, so like I really felt I'm getting better at this, and I knew that had to be part of it. I was like, there's something about this that is important. So
yeah,
wow, yeah, the payoff was huge
for
me.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I mean, obviously, yeah, the design philosophy is very based off Dark Souls here. So, and knowing you're a fan of the series, I wanted to unleash this on you.
Man, no, that was so good.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. For anyone who listened through this whole thing, thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I'll be back with a new episode in 2 weeks, probably. Yeah. I always forget to do this because by like the 2-hour mark, I'm so zapped, or however many hours it takes to get through them. It's always different. But if you have anything you want to plug, Snow, I guess this would be a time to do it.
I want to plug a YouTube channel called Rasputin Show.
Oh, shit.
He makes really good content, probably some of the best on the platform, including a video on D&D itself.
Oh my goodness. You guys should check out the podcast Once Upon a Roll.
Yes, yeah, that too. I'm on YouTube, Snowman Gaming, videos on game design. Feel free to check that out, or follow me on Twitter, Snowman Gaming, @SnowmanGaming.
Well, Snow, thank you for your time. It was a pleasure playing.
Dude, it was awesome. That was really cool.
Good. Well, I'll see the rest of you in the next one. Have a good day and or night.
Good day.